Thanks all the mentors for joining today's call live that we're having here on LinkedIn. Hopefully, hopefully people can see it. I'm broadcasting for a different tool, and it's my first time doing the live. Welcome to our call. We thought that it's a good idea to wrap up the Junior Project Manager 2025 with having a kind of a reflection session with our mentors, talk about how this journey was for you, what surprised you, and what was the mentorship in this program. Okay, so maybe we will start with David, as David is now taking a train to his home from the office. David, thank you for connecting from Bristol, I believe.
Yeah, actually, I'm in Cambridge today, but yes, but thank you everyone for taking the time. And I just would like to briefly talk about what a fantastic experience it has been working with such young talents and just teaching them giving them the guidance on project management and just seeing these young minds come together with such sort of inspirational technical solutions, bringing benefit to the environment. And it's been a pleasure not just to help advise and coach, but also to get the experience of just watching these young minds and the potential it can bring. So it's been an absolutely fantastic experience, and probably my first time of actually mentoring such young people, and the creativity and the inventiveness coming out and how they've used project management skills to kind of put structure around that has been quite inspiring. So it's been a learning experience for us all. And it's something which I'd love to do again. And it's been, and I think it's something which is helped them give confidence about what they wanted to do in terms of realizing their solutions. So it's a proud moment.
Thank you, David. What surprised you most in this program while you've been working with our students?
I think one of the things that sort of surprised me the most was about how advanced their thinking was. They'd already thought about their solution. They'd already had that together in one place. And then it was just about just giving them structure about how to get that idea, which they had formulated, into the reality and taking them on that journey to making it into a structured way. And I think that's something that surprised me, is saying, well, you know what, half the work's already been done. And so many times in the open world, you'll see that people haven't actually got the vision in place. And these students already had the vision. They had the vision, they had the plan, okay, which is sometimes in project management, the majority of the challenges that people face.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, David. Feel free to disconnect your video as you're driving further. We'll maybe switch to Heba. Heba, how was this journey for you? And I know that your team surprised you a couple of times, but eventually they made it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was very inspiring. I agree with David. I was also surprised that they also had the idea very mature in their heads. They just needed a little bit of structure, a little bit of guidance. But I think it was really a two-way stream. I learned from them the way they learned from me and you, and Ara, you were a big support for them. And even though they have had their challenges as a team, some of them dropped off and came back and all of that. But I think at the end of the day, my team, they showed the teamwork. Like I was hearing them say, even though one of them was saying, even though I won't be there, I will support you during the event itself and during the presentation, and I would hand over to you. And I heard that language of teamwork, even though they were very busy as students, they had their own projects and exams and stuff going on. But I heard that language of teamwork, and I was very proud of it. And maybe to answer your question, what shocked me the most or what surprised me the most, their confidence. Yani, mashallah, I was really shocked of how all of the teams that were there during the event day, these young kids were talking as if they have been there they have been doing this for like 30 years. They were proud of what they were doing. They had the full confidence to speak about it, but internally they were scared. So the young lady who was doing the presentation,
Divya,
she did it with Ditya, she did it with full confidence, and she was really. But at the end of the day, I saw her hands were shaking, and I told her, "It's okay, relax. Things were really good." She said, "Really, it was good?" I told her, "Yes, it was." Like they could hide their fear. They faced it, and they faced the full event and the full program with full confidence, and I was very happy to see that aspect of them, especially at a young age like this.
Do you still hear Heba?
Did you lose me?
I think. Bruno, do
Can
you
you hear
hear
me?
Heba?
Yeah, I could hear her. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it only my voice that I don't hear her anymore? Oh, just a second. Give me
On
1
my
second,
side,
please.
I could
Can
hear
you hear me
Eva
now?
very well. Yeah.
Maybe then we move on to Bruno in that case.
Testing. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very
So
strange.
do you want me to go, Anara?
I don't think she can hear you.
Oh, yeah, now I can hear
Can
you.
you? Okay,
Oh.
perfect.
Yeah, now I can. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, and Heba, you also had an opportunity to observe and how they've been presenting during the event to the Undersecretary. How you can reflect on that, a part of GTA being so brave and presenting? How do you find Undersecretary attending it and hearing all the pitches that students been doing?
First of all, he gave them full attention, the Undersecretary. So he was paying attention to every detail they were talking about, and I think that gave them even more confidence to speak out loud and to explain their idea freely. And he was the first one who told them, "Come take a picture with me." And I think they were very happy. Small gestures like these from government officials will give those students moments to remember forever. That's something they will never forget. I remember when I was a student, I had I spoke in an event, women event in UK. It was like my first time. I was very young, probably 20, and I had a moment with Sherry Blair, the wife of Tony Blair. She was attending, and I still remember it. I remember how she spoke about my keynote speech, and she uploaded everything I talked about. It is still a memory. I have the picture. It is a memory I will never forget. So what the Undersecretary did with these students during the event, giving them the full attention, applauding them, thanking them, taking pictures with them, that's something they will never forget, and they will carry on with them, with their lives forever, I believe.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for that, because I wanted you to share from the first hand, because Bruno couldn't be there, David wasn't there, and today unfortunately Shaz couldn't join. But I think for the rest of the people joining today's live, it would be very interesting to hear what was there at that day. Thanks, Heba. Okay, Bruno, how was this journey for you? Let's share your story.
If I would start from the end, I really missed not being there with you, with the kids.
Heba, do you hear him? Yeah.
Yeah, oh. It was something that I missed, but overall,
again, for some reason I don't hear him. I don't know why.
You cannot hear me. What about the others? Can the others hear me?
I can hear you. Fakir, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I can.
I'll go
Bruno,
on. I think so, Anara. It looks like you have some problems on
why
your
I can't
side.
hear Bruno? That's interesting.
That would be a problem. Anyway,
Yes, yes.
what I wanted to
I have some
say
problems on my side. I'm very sorry for that. Oh.
I wanted to say I'm missing. I definitely missed not being there at the end and not
Yeah,
not
okay,
having the
Bruno, you can
possibility to
please
see
continue.
what the kids were doing during the presentation. But overall, as an experience, it was fantastic. Very similar to what David shared. For me, I am a mentor since many years. I have mentored the people at all ages, but that was the first time I was with so young kids. So until now, the younger were university students, so never so young, and I was absolutely impressed by their attitude. Definitely the idea that like they were unstoppable. They were coming with ideas after ideas. It was actually more for us, for me as a mentor, to try to contain all those elements and help them channel all this energy into their project. But then on the other hand, it was not only the enthusiasm, this will, but also the fact that they were coming with concrete and valid points. So there was like they started with a project idea in mind, and immediately during the second session they came with, no, that's too boring. We want to do something better, and they came with a new approach. It was brilliant. I think the biggest task for us mentors, at least when I look at my situation, it was really to bring some sort of structure and apply the project management principles to what they had in mind. So telling them, okay, that looks good, but what is the plan? Because you have so many things all over the places. Like to try to put them into a structure, and that was definitely helpful for them. And yeah, well, in the end, it finished very well. Another maybe thing that I believe it is important to notice, again, similarly to what Heba shared, it was the providing them a view about things that they have never really experienced. In my case, it was not during the presentation itself, but it was in the preparation of the presentation. So when I played the role of the senior stakeholder on the other side, so okay, they will ask you this question, or they will check this thing. Are you prepared for that? Do you have a plan for this? And helping them also in crafting their message in a way that was attracting and going to the point. It was an interesting part of the journey. But overall, Anara, it was outstanding. I truly believe these kids will never forget these few months together during this project. Absolutely.
Bruno, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
So how was your team working together? Did you notice how the chemistry formed at the end? Were they a team from the beginning? How did they form as a team?
I had 3 kids, and at the beginning I saw, for the first couple of sessions, I saw only 2 of them, because the third one I understood it was transitioning from one school to another. and so there was a little bit of challenge to getting him back into the sessions. But I was anyway very surprised because they were working not during the sessions with me. I only had the 2 kids, but in between sessions, the 3 of them were operating as if they were. I mean, I had the impression they were speaking about this project every day, like if it was the only thing that they were doing, which clearly it was not. But yes, very definitely, I saw them working in a very like there was not essentially one person driving and the other following. They were really working together as a team. Everyone coming with their input, with their piece. It was a well-performing team, absolutely.
Yeah, I think all teams were very invested in it. And
Oh, yes.
you want me to take over, or things are okay from your side?
Things are okay. I can hear you. For some reason, it was only the problem with Bruno, but
Okay.
I'm glad that everyone heard it and the recording is there, so it's okay. Obi, are you with us here?
Hi guys. Yes, I am absolutely with you. Just a second.
Hi,
Yeah,
Obi.
hi.
Are you
Can you
talking?
hear me? Can you hear me? I am speaking.
Okay, then it seems like the issue on my side.
Yeah, I can hear you, Obi.
Obi, how was the journey for you?
Obi dropped off,
Yeah,
I think.
he's gone.
Okay. Then let's go with Fakir. Fakir, how are you today?
Hello. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, first of all, thank you, everyone. It's great to be here with all of you. And for me also, it was first experience with the young school, like type the project management as a mentor, because professional career and the other area where and with and the young professional is totally is different experience. But it was very good and fantastic experience with the teams and synergy and with the other associate as well. So it was good actually. And actually when I met, like first I met with the team, so they have had actually big ideas in their minds, and they have a very creative ideas, multiple ideas. They are thinking they can do this, they can do this. But being a mentor, of course, we have to channelize and we have to organize into one directions. So first 1 or 2 week actually they have a different scatter idea. 1 week they bring one idea, another week another different idea. So the finally like conclusive was like we channelize one idea which they work very well as a team, and then they develop the prototype. Of course, at the beginning stage they face the difficulties, but because once they have a motive and the corrective actions, and then they have a plan to do the right thing. So of course they slowly start building the uh, prototypes what they actually they have to deliver in the last during the ceremony. It was good actually. What impressed me most was not just the prototype they delivered, it was the discipline actually they developed during the throughout the program. Define actually what they did is defining a clear problems, allocating the roles within a teams, and the managing time, because it was very limited times. During that times they have to deliver that the project, and with all the parameter as well. So and then adjusting when something did not work, because during of course the execution phase of that program and project, of course some difficulty came, so they have to adjust it within the time period. So overall it was a good experience, very outstanding data performance. And even they have a good all the team had a very good energy when I observed during the face to face during the ceremony also. So all the team is very like they adapt very quickly. They are very smart in that.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right. And also we had the top students of the schools And I think that showed a lot because they've been so confident during entire journey, and they pulled it out. And also they've been presenting amazingly. We do have all those pitches that they have done. We have recorded and we'll be posting soon. All presentation that they have done during the final day. And yeah, it was, you're absolutely right. The experience was amazing. And in the final ceremony, they presented it in a very, very confidently.
Very
They
confident
explained their
way, very
projects.
very confident way. Yes, correct.
Yes, okay. Thank you a lot. Okay. And yeah, I think generally we had 8 teams, and all of them deliver it, and some of them have done it exceptionally, and we have seen it. Of course, there've been some of the teams have been changing an ideas, as you have said, but eventually they've made it. And what was really good was that they've been working as a team regardless, and they've been discussing with each other what kind of projects they will be doing. I remember the first time when we have done the training, the project management training with them, simulating what projects is with Lego pieces, and then I've been introducing to them all our templates that we have, of course, in a very simplified way, but they've been using them, and throughout the journey they've been putting project plan, and as you remember, you've been having calls with them as well to discuss who is doing what, etc. I think it was really good. If we will be a little bit more talking about how students can do any of their projects, and especially of this project, and on how project management would help. I remember, Heba, in one of the calls, you've been talking to your teams about the critical path. Do you remember that? And I think that really made for them a difference, because they understood that there is such thing, and also it's important to plan everything accordingly.
Yeah, so I was trying because, as you all noticed, maybe all of the teams were kind of focused on creating the idea, making it come to life, working on the project itself, like the hands-on side.
Mm-hmm.
But the focus on project management is what you focus on, Anara, through the templates that you gave them. And instead of them just filling in the templates blindly, I wanted them to understand what does it mean to add the tasks in parallel. And I think in the call that you're mentioning, we were talking about the deliveries, because they wanted to request a few parts from Amazon for them to actually do the project. And I was telling them which piece will take longer to receive and which piece is critical for the project to come together. And they have to think about which piece, if it got delayed, then it will delay the whole project, and this is the critical path. So I kind of put them in a pretty practical way, thinking about the Amazon deliveries, and these are the parts that they put together to create the project, for them to understand what's a critical path. And these students, they needed the practical side of it, not the theory, not the formal definition of critical path. They needed it hands-on as an example. So this is how I think all of us as mentors, we were trying to make them understand project management through the actual practicality of project management within the structure that they were given, I would say, for these projects.
Yes. Yeah, thank you a lot, Heba. I think that really helped them to understand how they need to plan all the activities to eventually deliver the prototype of their idea. Thank you for that. We have Obi now with us. Obi, hello.
Yeah, hi guys. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The interesting thing is throughout this process, I could still hear you. So it's very interesting how technology works. Without repeating what everyone has said, because again, spot on, the experience was totally unique for me. Working with young people revealed the fact that they are not, as older people, like we are, right? We've had a lot of failures, a lot of experiences, and we have a lot of no's, a lot of stoppers in our mind. But these young people still think that anything can be achieved. Limitless thinking, the idea that, we can achieve anything. And it was beautiful to see them just go all out. But like Hiba mentioned, we had to bring project management back into the conversation, thinking about alternatives, thinking about options, thinking about how many weeks we have to D-Day, prioritizing what should be done, what probably is a nice to have, what was gold plating, because the team had amazing ideas that they were trying to achieve. And we said, hey guys, hold on here. What is the objective? Let's go back to the drawing board. What is the expectation for D-Day? And if at all we want to do more, is that the best use of the time? So it wasn't about locking them up, but helping them think about, you have all these ideas, all these great things you want to achieve, but you have some constraints, right? And managing constraints. So a phenomenal experience is something that I would want to do over and over and over again. Just to share that aspect.
Yeah, thanks, Obi, a lot. And I think that keeping the scope tangible and realistic, I've seen it a lot throughout several projects here. And I think, Bruno, your team as well, been very ambitious with their idea. What do you think about that? Because eventually they brought up their prototype and it was just huge. It was for an entire table. They had so many things.
It was, on one side, it was impressive to see what they have produced at the end. But exactly as Obi mentioned, one of the focus that I had to have with them during this journey, it was to channel their energy, channel their creativity, not to reduce it or to to contain it, but to bring it in a way that would go into the right direction for their project. It was one of the behaviors that I had to have during this mentoring journey. Yeah.
Thank you, Bruno. Thank you. What surprised most with the team, Bruno's team, their prototype included several rooms. So they've been boxes of the rooms, and each of them had clear idea on what they've been doing. So Mark have been doing all the sensors and detection of the movement. He was putting his Lego piece inside the room and taking it out. Then Arihan was doing everything related to the water leakage. They've been putting the water to the sensors, and they've been playing and demonstrating a lot on that. And it's each of them had their own role. And in the beginning, I was really I thought the risk of them maybe not delivering on that scale, but they pulled it out, and it was amazing to see how they've been also presenting their idea, and how they've been throughout the project, how they've been planning and doing all the activities of their project that and the prototype as well. We see David's back. Hi, David. Are you changing now the train in the between?
Still hasn't arrived yet, so I still got a few more minutes.
Okay, we're just discussing a couple of points or a couple of our what we remember throughout the journey, and Heba was sharing how she's been educating students on the critical path. Bruno was sharing his experience as well. Anything that stood out in your journey? Your team finished building the prototype the first. from what I remember, their prototype was ready before end of the year.
Exactly. So it's in that rare case where actually if you were thinking of it about like a go-to-market kind of project, they had the product already ready to go, which was amazing to actually see, these young people achieve that. But very similar to what Bruno mentioned, there was a scoping discussion because obviously the ambition was there. They had loads of ideas pouring out about what they wanted to do. So there was that gentle conversation about saying, here's the timeline, here's this is how much time you've got left to taking this thing to market. So we actually had to pivot the conversation a little bit, where we got them to say about, like, what is stage one? What are the things you're going to go live with, in the time which you have, and then just refine that scope to making sure that it's achievable. And then the second thing is, it was then concentration about saying, you've got the product ready, you've done so much of this work. Now we have to think about convincing these stakeholders, these other people, about the brilliance of your idea and then what you thought about it. So we changed from a project management point of view because the scope was agreed and the timeline was looking like it was on place. The conversation turned about saying, right, now it's about getting buy-in. This is about convincing your stakeholders about your ideas and how to go about it.
Yeah, thank you, David. And I do remember you've shared with your team a template for pitching an idea. And I will be using it for the next cohort for sure. I will be sharing it with all the teams, so they will be preparing for a clear pitch and how they need to present their project. That was amazing. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. I think, there's a very simple thing when you've got people who have an idea, and it's a very common tool, the elevator pitch. Mm-hmm. But it's that thing about change management. We say, right, if you can't clearly define what you're trying to do in 30 seconds, then you haven't clearly worked out what the solution is or what the scope of what you're trying to do. So it's a little exercise I do even in the professional life too, when there's different conversations and people, they've got various ideas and they haven't really quite, they can't really quite define what they're trying to do, what their objective is. We just pull out the elevator pitch exercise. It's great.
Yeah, thank you. And before your train will arrive, and that will be the question for everyone and for you as well, what would be your recommendations for the mentors that will be mentoring in the next round, for the next cohort?
I think it's just listen, understand the ideas. They've always got different, it's just, you don't have to do anything massive. It's usually just gentle correction. And just show how project management can make all the difference.
Thank you. And if I can ask the same question to Fakir, what would you recommend for the next mentor?
For the in that case, so it should be expand with like more students and increase the team. So might be it can be like one school combine different schools students to each other also, and it should be the more simulation, like real world simulation, some experience, so they can get through the learning and for any projects for this one.
Thank you. Thanks, Fakir. Obi, if I can ask you as well, your recommendations for the mentors.
I think don't underestimate what you don't underestimate the experience. Those little bundles in front of you are canons of ideas. I think, like Hiba mentioned earlier on, I learned a lot. Like I'm about to purchase some robotic gadgets, to also start building my own sustainable prototypes and stuff like that. So of course you want to mentor and you want to give and you want to pour so much. And probably that sometimes is the mentoring experience fallacy or the mentoring mistake, because during that exercise also you have the opportunity, if you're willing to just pause for a second and listen and observe, you're also going to get a lot from that. So just to recap, these kids are really smart, loaded, have a lot of ideas. And as mentors, don't be eager to just, hey, listen, I'm going to dump the entire project management prowess that I have, but seek to pause, seek to observe, seek to listen, and just refining and guiding them along the way, because they're just so smart. It was a pleasure being a part of it.
Thank you. Thanks, Obi. Heba, what would be your recommendations for the mentors of the next cohort?
I agree with Fakir and Obi. I think you will be surprised with the level of creativity you will see with these kids, and their confidence and the way they present things, the way they think about challenges. So keep an open mind. Keep it in your mind that you will also learn from them. Just don't close the door. It's a two-way stream. And the second thing is, I would say, don't force them to understand project management in the way that you studied it, because you didn't study it in the way that they are studying it right now. So don't force them with these vocabularies of project management or definitions in the very structured and classroom way. Make them understand it in a very practical way. Easy messages, day-to-day interactions that will make them understand what project management mean, and within the context of their project.
Thank you, Heba. Thanks a lot. That's true. It's always, even when it's students, it's a two-way learning. It's not only they learn from us, hopefully, but we learn from them as well. And I've learned a lot from this experience. Bruna, what would be your recommendations for the mentors of the next cohort?
I believe what Heba mentioned right now is incredibly important. Use wording, make examples which are related to the reality and to the age of the students. That's clearly, I mean, it's always the same. It's have a communication way that works for the specific case. That's incredibly important. Now, what else would I add? I think as a mentor, you may find yourself in one of those two different situations. On one side, you may have kids like my one. They had plenty of ideas. They were non-stop coming with in this incredible drive of building things, or of making things happen. Well, in that case, let them go with that, but keep channel that into something that is going to bring the project to conclusion. So let them drive, but keep them on the guardrails. Now, I can imagine that another situation would be slightly different, where potentially those kids could have plenty of ideas, but without actually having anything concrete. Just a lot of beautiful things put together. Then in that case, you may have to put a little bit more your hands on, especially at the beginning, to help them identify what exactly are we talking about? What is that we want to deliver with this project? And that would be then giving them the right level of push and structure at the beginning, so that they can later on move and execute.
Thank you, Bruno. Thanks a lot. That's a lot of wisdom from all of you. Thanks a lot for sharing your experience, as well as sending the messages to the mentors of the next cohort. I do have a very short video from Mark. He couldn't join, but he sent a video that I would like to play. But I'm not sure, to be honest, if you would hear him, because I believe that you couldn't hear the video that I've been playing before. But while I'm still trying to play his video, if our audience from the LinkedIn Live have any questions to our mentors present here today, please type in those messages in the comment section, and we'll try to answer them. Okay, do we have any questions here? I don't see yet. But I would like to, while maybe they will appear some questions, I would like to thank everyone, all the mentors that joined this program. And it was really a pleasure to work with all of you with this on this program. And I've learned from you as well a lot throughout this mentorship journey. And I believe that our students learned as well. Um, uh, I will be sharing videos as well, or the feedback from our teachers that's been coordinating this program from the school side. And I think most of them been pointing out the most unique part of this program was a mentorship from the professionals that all of you joined, and you really made this program special for them. Because they've been listening to your feedbacks that you've been giving, for your recommendations. Most importantly, it was your questions throughout our mentorship calls that we've been having. The questions, the curiosity that you showed, and encouragement that you showed to our students. Thank you a lot for that. It's really been appreciated by teachers, by parents, and also by our students. And I hope we can continue this journey, and we will have the next cohort, and we'll be organizing this program. Okay, I see some comments. Thank you a lot. Not questions though. Yeah, I believe that it's been special for me as well to have our students in this program and to see the results. And I've been so proud when I've been seeing them presenting their projects and talking about them in front of the guests that we had at the final ceremony, and also how they've been presenting it to the Undersecretary and to our judges as well. If you remember Heba, Obi, Fakir, when you've been there, our judges, they've been ruthless. They've been challenging a lot our students.
Which is good, actually. They needed someone to challenge them to think in a different way, to answer the questions in a different way, let's say. So I know, we both know who was the judge who was challenging them the most. It was
The
Frederick.
gray head man, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. But
Yeah.
I think that's something also they will not forget. They will not forget how they were challenged to become their best.
Yeah, I think that's true. It's good to be challenged there as well.
Yeah, Fred, just to add to that, because I was chatting with Fred afterwards, because we had to leave to another meeting, and he said great ideas, but he also had to remind the kids, how are you going to fund this? How are you going to make money from this? So now you've built the product, but then who's going to invest in it and returns? You're not just going to get pocket money to make it a reality. So he was trying to already push them into thinking the next step around this idea. So yeah, it was good to see.
Yeah, good. Thank you. So thanks to our judges as well. It wasn't only Fred who's been judging the teams. We had several representatives from the ministry as well. They've been putting their feedbacks on the forum, how the team's been presenting, and also putting the marks. And just to disclose how the marking was. So it was for how they've been doing the project and how they understood the project management while delivering as well, and for the sustainability and for the innovation. So we had 2 categories there, and we had the winning teams who really showed the difference in the solutions that they've been presenting. Okay, I think we'll be wrapping up here.
Can I say maybe
Yes.
some last words, Anara?
Yes.
I think the whole experience was really eye-opening for me. I really wish this program can grow bigger. I see the potential for it to actually become a huge program, not only in the UAE, but also maybe in this region. And I wish that you can even open up the door for more mentors to join. You'll be surprised of how many people contacted me, either through LinkedIn or Instagram or whatever, wanting to be part of such a program, teaching kids project management. So I think it can grow bigger in terms of the number of students and schools, and in terms of number of mentors. And you're doing an amazing thing when it comes to teaching project management. That's something that we didn't have the chance to learn in that way, and this way, the practical way, the project, the actual project in school way is the way that will stick to their minds. It will make them to understand whether they actually love project management or not. So I think it's very important program. Keep it up, and we're all here to support.
Thank you, Heba.
Thank you, Anara.
Give me 1 second. I've lost my screen, but I wanted to show a QR code and also the link for everyone who is willing to be a mentor for the next program. But I'm really facing quite a lot of technical issues today. Sorry for that. So I'll be posting a link to all the mentors who would be who are willing to join the next cohort and be a mentor. And as you said, Heba, yeah, we do have, I think you've disclosed a little, we do have a plan for the next cohort to make it national level. So it will not be only Dubai schools, but we also have a plan to onboard schools from all 7 Emirates for the next cohort, and we'll be making it towards the innovation months that we'll be having. So let's see how that will go. The plan is to make it bigger and still exclusive, but we will be going national level. Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm very happy about this news.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's it. On that note, we can wrap up our call. Again, thanks a lot for the mentors to being together with us on this program, and thank you for joining today and supporting us with everything that we've been planning and coming here on this program. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Nara. And it's been a pleasure being part of this cohort. I'm looking forward to doing this again with everyone on this call next season. Thanks, guys.
Same here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, same. Thank you.
Thank you again. It was excellent, really. Thank you.
Okay.